All right, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna go through step by step. There's a lot even that's not even documented that I have on paper. I wrote a couple handwritten disputes to the consumer reporting agencies, but I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Like all 2020 and 2021, all of my disputes were simply through the consumer reporting agencies. I never really reached out and disputed through the creditors who furnished the information. All I knew was, at the time was, that, there's the three bureaus I thought of, which we know of as, which they are consumer reporting agencies. But um, at the time, I thought um, that I forgot what the fuck I was saying. I ain't gonna cap. Jeez. Oh, I didn't even write to the creditors. I wrote simply to the consumer reporting agencies, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Um, and I would write to them. I would get responses. They would validate it. They would send back my report. Still didn't. I was just trial and error really. The courses I was taking at the time, I was using those. One thing that they did have that was real good, but I didn't understand the real meaning behind it, is the debt validation. Um, I mean, just I didn't understand that there was a actual law behind it. The debt validation, 15 USC 1692G, um, and the five requirements, and understanding that we're the original and only true creditor. As we've gone through and broken that down, and we have an overstanding of that. Um, so just now, back then, didn't know these methods, but I was trial and error. So I mean, y'all truly are blessed to just have this information, the mentorship, the Telegram, the group chat, all of that, and that's why it's there. And like as you guys are going through the process, one thing I really challenge y'all, and that's gonna help y'all, and that the reason why I'm telling y'all is because within the mentorships that I've gone started with, you know, in 2020, these the exact same thing helped me, and that was being active in the group chats and the Telegram. As I was going through, like I said, trial and error, I wasn't doing this alone. I had people in my corner. That's why when everything really propelled even more, when I got that direct one-on-one mentorship, to where I can ask questions to. He would host Zoom calls. I would hop on and ask questions. Um, which is why I'm hosting this call specifically today, and we're gonna host these at least 1 to 2 times a month, so that we can get each person, each person's question answered, all of that. Because I know a lot of you guys still need some clarity, overall more than anything. Because I mean it's a lot. Reprogramming from what we've been taught to what it was, what it is, in all reality, and what Congress is putting out, what the law is. Um, we're coming to find out who we are. The rights that have been taken away from our ancestors, that has been passed down through generations, to where now we're truly breaking those generational curses. Um, like understanding consumer law, and it runs deeper than deleting shit off your report. To where understanding, like I always talk about, your bills are covered. Your trust covers all of that. Um, this information that you guys all have, like you guys, it's a lot. I know that, because I know how long it's taken me to learn. So to condense the time frame, you guys is being more active in the Telegram overall is gonna help everybody. Um, so that's a challenge I got for y'all. Definitely, everybody, we gotta be more active. But let's get into my report. So like I said, I never really had anything documented to like June, or what is that, March, January, February, March, April, May of 2021. So this was almost a year ago. We got the cloud. So I'll show you the first couple letters and just look at all of the negative items. And like I said, I already had 20 items on here before, um, that I had deleted, but I didn't have documented through here. Check if this is not mine. This is what I was using for my inquiries. because identity theft, understanding with the FTC report, with inquiries, there's no way of them proving that it is yours. Um, and them pulling your credit. It's like when we go to the dealership. Um, and when you go to the dealership, your credit gets pulled by multiple lenders. That's called a pool of credit. And all these lenders are pulling your credit. And we know now that anytime your credit gets pulled, an inquiry pops up, right? A hard inquiry. Inquiry is simply a receipt of a transaction, meaning a transaction took place. So if a transaction took place, somebody benefited off of my trust, because we know that the trust is loaning these financial institutions federally, cannot loan out any money. Um, so there's understanding that we loan out, we're loaning ourselves, but these lenders are able to access our trust because we aren't taught how to access our trust, which these are things I'll briefly go over, but which will be within the university for sure. Going over the trust, your social security number, how to access it, all of that. That's the next level sauce where you guys can go get cars, where your trust is covering that. One thing I want y'all to look up, homework for y'all, a challenge for y'all, for those of y'all that want to do y'all due diligence. I always fuck that word up. Go look up in the Black's Law Dictionary, and I got to drop these Black's Law Dictionaries. I've already dropped one in the mentorship. I'm talking about in the main chat. But I got to drop a couple other ones that I haven't dropped in the mentorship for y'all. Go look up, write these down. The definition of register, right? To register, when you register your car, what does that mean? What is it? What are you doing when you register your car, right? A license. What is a license? Do you need a license, right? I'm not gonna give y'all all the game on tonight's call, but with this stuff we're gonna go over, and I'm gonna really teach y'all and help y'all have a good an overstanding. Um, look up the definition of what's it called? Taxes. Once y'all look up and truly understand the definition of taxes, y'all gonna be shook. Okay, why the fuck I paying this? What? What? I ain't even gonna give it to y'all, but check it. So like going through just trial and error. What this 324? This in March, or I'm tweaking. These are when the accounts. This is the date of the inquiry. Um, so yeah, this one I mean right away you see right when when I turned 18, he started applying, yo. I was getting denied, denied, denied. If I knew what I knew now, I would have hit them with boom, adverse action, 1681M, 1691. Yeah, all that. Hope y'all wrote that down. I'm not gonna reiterate that. But 610, I mean, is when I started in the cloud. I started working on my report through here, before I worked on any other clients. And then my mom's as well got her score up over 100 points. Um, and I have another file as well. That's not all the letters I have. Just want to show y'all this couple responses from these companies. The CFPB complaints that I filed. I try to find the BBB complaints and everything as well. For some reason, I don't know where those went. I could really probably log into the BBB. Let me find my other account. Damn. There we go. Feel me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 more letters. So like y'all see, obviously they're not there to all three of the consumer reporting agencies. So 1, 2, 3, three times, three more sent. And this just to the consumer report agencies to get the inquiries removed. I filed FTC reports. This ain't even the phone calls. So I'm just letting y'all know this just to show y'all the backing, like on what it really takes. And everybody's report is different. We've had clients come in less than 30 days. Hit them with the CFPB, right away it gets removed. Hit them with the BBB complaint, right away it gets removed, but not all the time. So there's really, you applying that pressure in this law. So at the end of the day, they can't go against it. And as you just, they're gonna continuously break the law, as they have already. Um, so you just got to continue to stand on your rights and know the language, and what hat to wear, at which time. That's why I stress it, definitions all the time. I mean, the definitions is the most important thing. Everybody go through, create flashcards. Um, I created flashcards with Jess. I know those have helped Jess learn tremendously. The definitions, is using the flashcards, knowing the definition truly of a creditor, sentence by sentence, word for word, knowing that each word is a paragraph within itself. So just seeing it here as well, specifically with national credit management. So let me show y'all this. I had this account alone took me about 4 or 5 months just to get removed, and this is just one account. Like I said, I had over 48. So this is what they were trying to say. This was from the University of Mary, the college I played college football at. Not from the loan. I thought it was a loan the whole time. Hit them with validation of debt. They, anytime you hit them with validation of debt, they're just going to send you a packet full of garbage. It doesn't here have anywhere my signature. Doesn't have here none of the 5 requirements that are needed within, that validation fits in USC 1692G. MCMG was assigned consumer delinquent student account from the University of Mary, Bismarck. So if they were assigned it, let's go. We know what fits in USC 1681A. Take y'all here. And I didn't use these ones specifically, but these can all be used. Even we remember as well how important the term investigative consumer report, as they go through me sending this complaint, they're supposed to go through and do an investigative consumer report. And they're reinvestigating because anytime something's been furnished on a report, the consumer reporting agencies have already investigated. So now they're reinvestigating. But we know an investigative report, they must have a personal interview with neighbors, friends, or associates of the consumer. And also check this as well. Such information shall not include specific factual information. So this information may not be factual. Um, but regarding this one specifically, communication of that information among persons. The term who they're referring to is a third party right here. Person is an individual, partnership, corporation, trust, estate, cooperative. So right here, what must be excluded from my consumer report is communication of that information amongst persons related by common ownership or affiliated by corporate control. Just because y'all got an agreement, that don't mean we got an agreement that you can report and furnish my information, because we know, and you'll know more, about the trust information, that anytime anybody has access to your social security number, that makes them a trustee of your trust, right? Your trust is your social security number, and we're beneficiaries of our trust. So if you understand anything about trust, that'll hit. Um, so yeah, that a lot of trial and error. I mean, this is how you really hitting them on the phone call. How I even got the University of Mary account disputed was, from calling them. I did a BBB, I did FTC, called the consumer reporting agencies. None of that, worked until I called them. So y'all calling them, picking up the phone, exercising y'all right, calling these creditors is gonna help y'all as well too. On top of any letters being sent out, all of that. So it's only gonna help speed up the process for those of y'all that are looking to get more immediate results. Um, Calling LexisNexis, Michael, for the bankruptcy, um, all of that. You have the whole presentation. Just go through that step by step. It shows you the 3 steps. It shows you what to say, what losses, use. You can look them up as well too to help, get a better understanding and look at even other laws within that law that apply to the same thing. Um, and we've gone over the FCRA and stuff, so a lot that applied to the bankruptcy part, outside of the ones within even the slideshow. So that's really my report. This was like the main account. The other ones really got removed through the consumer reporting agencies, through the BBB as well. I had closed accounts, a lot of inquiries, really mainly inquiries for real. Didn't ever have any late payments. But yeah, let me see. I know I got some comments in the chat box. Let me pause this.